Who remembers the old classic ABC TV sitcom Happy Days? Well, who remembers it or possibly caught some episodes on the classic TV show network or something like that? But yeah, who's familiar with the popular and funny comedy sitcom Happy Days? Happy Days is a TV sitcom that began in January 1974 and ended in July 1984. It was set in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in the late 1950s, early 1960s. The show revolved around teenager Richie Cunningham, played by Ron Howard, and his family. His father, Howard Cunningham, played by actor Tom Bosley, owned a hardware store. With traditional mother and homemaker Marion Cunningham, played by actress Marion Ross. An older brother named Chuck, played by actor Gavin O'Herlihy, who only appeared briefly in seasons 1 and 2 of the sitcom before disappearing. And his younger sister, Joni Cunningham, played by actress Erin Moran. Although the TV show was originally centered around Richie Cunningham and the interaction with his family and the hijinks and experiences and buffoonery he takes part in with his two friends, Patsy Weber, played by actor Anson Williams, and Ralph Mouth, played by actor Don Mose. Another character from the show eventually stole the show. Arthur Fonzarelli, also known as Fonzie, as well as just the Fonz, played by actor Henry Winkler, eventually became the man of the show and the person of this show. Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz, we'll call him this, or Fonzie, whichever name you want to call him, was a high school dropout. He was a cool kid. He basically raised himself, and he was streetwise though. He had a lot of street smarts. He was tough, as I said. He basically raised himself, and yeah, and he basically eventually ended up stealing. His character ended up stealing the show, basically scene stealer, show stealer. But it wasn't originally that way. He was a bit to have just a bit secondary like part in this TV show. Richie, Patsy, and Ralph Mouth would come across Fonzie. Would come across Fonzie every once in a while at the local teen hangout called Arnold's, which was owned by Arnold himself, played by actor Noriyuki Pat Morita. Interestingly, Arnold only owned Arnold's for the first 3 seasons. He eventually got married in season 3 of the sitcom, and he left the show and sold the restaurant. From seasons 4 through 9, Arnold's was ran and owned by Al DeVecchio, played by actor Al Melanero. With the charisma of the character Fonzie and the coolness of him, and look at how he looks in the jacket, all cool, like the cotton jacket. He got pulled up. He got the flaps pulled up near his neck. Yeah, and in the middle of season 1, they kind of freshed his character up a little bit by switching his original cotton jacket that he had on in the first couple of episodes. Well, the first couple of episodes switching them into his trademark black leather jacket. Oh, and let me not forget, he also drove a motorcycle. By season 3, Fonzie had become a incredible fan favorite, a very popular fan favorite, and the producers started writing more situations where he was involved, writing more for his character, Fonzie. And he basically became the co-top billing of the show along with the character of Richie Cunningham. Eventually, they made the character of Fonzie and Richie Cunningham the best of friends. They eventually grew to be the best of friends on the show. Matter of fact, Fonzie had gone on to befriend the whole Cunningham family. So he was like he was like almost a part of the Cunningham family. That's how close he became to the whole Cunningham family. He actually became a tenant of the Cunningham family as he stayed over their garage for a while. In and around season 8, when Richie Cunningham decided to enlist himself into the U.S. Army, Fonzie became the undisputed central figure of the sitcom. Receiving sole top billing not only for his character Fonzie, but the actor who played him as well, Henry Winkler. In the later seasons, we were introduced to several characters on the show. Most notably, Chachi Arcola, who was a younger cousin of Fonzie, and Chachi Arcola was played by actor Scott Baio. Chachi eventually became the love interest of Joni Cunningham. Overall, the TV sitcom Happy Days was a fun and funny TV sitcom. It was a family, like I would overall call it a family sitcom. It definitely was, but it had a lot of comedy and it had a lot of warmth about it. This TV series has a lot of warmth about it. Had a lot of warmth about it, and it just was really in my opinion, a good program, a good sitcom, and that's why it's a classic. Happy Days is a classic in my opinion. It just centered around, basically it centered around, like I said, Richie Cunningham and his family, and then Fonzie, the character of Fonzie, and Richie's two friends, Posse and Ralph Mouth. They were in there as well. They threw a little flavor in there as well. And the earlier episodes basically centered around Richie and his two buddies, Posse and Ralph Mouth, getting into trouble, getting into situations, and it required Fonzie to basically get them out of them situations, basically. So yeah, but it was funny, like I said, funny and very warm type of sitcom in my opinion. But I'm going to end this video right here. Please feel free to like, share, and comment on this video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. After subscribing, please click that little notification bell in order to be notified of any new uploads from the channel. I thank you all for your support. I truly appreciate it. With that, I am out on this video. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace! One love, stay safe, continue to be blessed.